Hey YouTubers, gamers, what's going on? My name's Kyle, and this is Game Time with Kyle. Kind of another system overview. Yeah, it definitely looks unique, isn't it? This is actually the @Games handheld Sega Genesis, and maybe just a little misleading, it does not actually do any Sega Genesis cartridges, but it does play at least 40 odd some games that are included right on the system's hard drive itself. And it looks like it does do some emulators. There's room for an SD card there. This is actually made from by @Games, and you might remember one of our earlier videos. We did the @Games Sega Genesis, almost the Model 4, as some people call it, which again, very highly recommended because it does actually play cartridges as well as the 80-some games that are installed on the device itself. Only 40 of them Sega Genesis, 40 of them also some really cheesy homebrews. But same company that did that is now doing a handheld version. This came out a little while ago, and I was lucky enough to be able to find it at a local pawn shop. And we'll take a look at exactly what this has to offer, as well as seeing what games are included on here next on Game Time. Hey everybody, thanks for liking and subscribing if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on any of these great system reviews. Alright, just a tour around the hardware itself before we turn it on. The size actually is really small. It's almost a lot smaller than the PSP. In fact, here's like an actual Sega Genesis cartridge, and you can kind of tell size-wise about the same width there, but very small in comparison. So pretty cool there. So let's hit the lights. Oh. Well, first of all, USB port for charging it. When I did get it, it did not come with an adapter, and it looks like there is room for maybe a charger. I also see an audio-video out. So this is actually be able to hook it up to a TV, and you can play whatever games that are featured on here on the big screen. So that's actually a really neat feature there, being able to do audio-video out. There's the volume switch there. Unfortunately, just features one speaker, and that's right here, and it's not very good, so sound quality, I sadly admit, is a little bit poor. We have our menu button, which we can use in the game to get to our other games. A start select, or excuse me, it's just start pause button. There's the great on-off switch, as well as the headphone jack, which I think sound would sound much better on the headphone jack there. And the battery, of course, for it. Nice, kind of a plasticky finish, but all in all, it actually holds very nicely. I do like the feel of it. I think everything's well placed. And of course, classic Sega ABC buttons, and also comes with the XYZ, which is very nice because two of the games included on here are Street Fighter 2, as well as Street Fighter like Championship Edition. I think the one that was released for the Sega Genesis. So very, very nice there. So let's turn it on. There's that @Games. We'll hit the lights so we can see a little bit of a better picture. And here's, yeah, if you've seen the review for our @Games Genesis Model 4, it basically is the same thing. We get only a couple new games. I'm actually going to turn this up a little bit. Comic Zone, Crackdown, fun little Sega game actually. There's Golden Axe, Gang Ground, definitely a hidden gem. I really do like that one. I know I mentioned that on our previous review of the @Games Sega system. There's the other Golden Axes. One of the exclusive games that wasn't on the Genesis Model 4, or the actual plug and play, is Mega Man Willy Wars. And this is a very nice game. We're going to actually do this one first, because it contains both Mega Man's 1, 2, as well as Mega Man 3. So, there we go, nice little Sega logo. Nice backlit screen too. It actually, games do look pretty smooth on this. I am very impressed with at least the visual aspects of the game. The sound, not so much. But. And there's Mega Man, Mega Man 2 Instant Classic, as well as Mega Man 3. So there we go. Look at that. Great for Mega Man on the go. We'll do a little bit Mega Man 2 here. Definitely weird Sega graphics. Much different than the NES versions at the time. Everyone knows classic era, man. Let's do just a couple screens from this stage. We won't dive into anything too much. Music is a little different too, I do notice. Not much, just a little bit. And there's our jump. As you can see, the sound effects and just sound in general is a little bit weird. Not necessarily terrible weird, but kind of, I don't know. I don't know best how to describe it. Let's hit that menu button, and we instantly go back to the main menu of games to get Sonic and Knuckles, just a great one, as well as Sonic Spinball. That's a great collection already. Streets of Rage 1, 2, and 3. If anyone knows my channel at least somewhat well, they know that I'm a huge fan of this series. I love Streets of Rage. I think this really is the best Sega Genesis franchise. Highly debatable, and I expect some few negative comments on that, but you have to admit, if you're definitely a huge Sega fan and Genesis fan in general, these games are top-notch. Sonic 2 and the original one, and here's the Street Fighters. Street Fighter 2, the new challengers, and as well as Special Championship Edition. Let's take a look at Street Fighter in action, and maybe one more after this. I'll tilt it so it doesn't get too much glare. Really would like to see if I could get audio-video out cord for this. That'd be really nice to play some of these games on the big screen, even though we do have some Sega Genesis already. But so there we go, the new challengers. Everybody's there and having fun. Let's see how it controls here on the handheld. I really do like the 6-button layout. I won't be able to hold the screen as still as I did with the Mega Man games, so bear with me here just for 2 rounds. Alright. That's our kick, punch. Okay, got it. Hey long. Yatta! My fighting style is very Street Fighter Alpha-ish, where you do actually jump around quite a bit more than the previous Street Fighter games. I know if I was going to play this, sitting down and play this a lot longer, I know I would not do very well at all. Oh, very nice. Alright, let's see what happens in round 3. We'll take a look at the Homebrew games that are installed on this system as well. And we'll wrap things up. It's a lot harder than I wanted it to be. Oh, well thought. Well thought. Might have to turn the difficulty down there a little bit. Really not sure what it was set on. That's going to take some practice. Although fighting games are never my specialty anyway. Otherwise, we'll wrap things up with Victor Man and Victor Man 2. Sort of Mega Man-ish games as well for the Sega Genesis. Here's some of the homebrew games, and of course, if you've seen that video for the At Games plug-and-play Sega Genesis, you'll recognize a lot of these have returned. So, we probably won't dive too much into some of these games. They're pretty much hit or miss. None of them are really all that great, but fun for a few minutes worth of gaming there. Space Hunter, Snake, Panic Lift, kind of a funny one. Sorry for the camera there. And yeah, whatever games are on the SD card. So that's a great feature in it of itself. So, and we're at the beginning again. So it's a great collection overall. If you get a chance to see one, I think I don't know what a good price would be for this. Almost kind of depends on your budget and how much you would like a great Sega Genesis system on the go, as well as one that can, like I said, plug into the your TV. So, well, a great system overall. I am very impressed with it. It was roughly $30, maybe just a couple dollars cheaper for myself, and I think that's a very good investment. I'm really enjoying this, especially on the go. Battery life, most importantly, is lasts quite a while. It's very rare. I've had it for quite some time now. Few months, I should say, not a lot. But had it for several months and really have only charged it up just a couple times. But it is used pretty lightly. It's nothing too heavily used. So take from that what you will. I really do enjoy that. And yeah, At Games, really, they do the Atari Flashback as well. So I think they're a company, they're doing a lot of things right, and definitely give them a thumbs up. I do like them. So that will do it. Thanks everybody for watching, and definitely leave a comment on what you think of a handheld Sega Genesis. Does it remind you of sort of the Sega Nomad, which actually was a literal handheld Genesis that could play games? Sega Game Gear, does that remind you a little bit of that? Definitely leave a comment on your favorite Sega memories, and as always, thanks for watching everybody. And happy gaming. Stay classic.